It is the worst of the RIOT podcast. Myself, Isaiah, Nikki alongside me.
No Hudson
and
today.
That's the crew for this morning. Today's January 27th. It's Friday.
What do they call it? Oh, like a skeleton crew, and like there's less crew than normal.
No Hudson this morning.
But I feel like we handle it. We had a good morning.
We did. We came into the show. I was super tired. That was the story of
Guess
the
what
show.
you are still?
Super tired. I'm even more tired.
Go get your coffee.
When I first walked in here this morning, well, I'll tell you, when I first saw the Hudson wasn't coming in today, I was upset. I was beside myself. I was like, what the heck?
You handled it professionally, though. You didn't have a fit. You weren't,
Of course, I had
like
to show
throwing
up.
Things. You were fine.
Yeah, I was good.
You got in on time, so I wouldn't have known that until I realized how tired you were.
Yeah, until you saw me walk in and you were like, dang, Isaiah looks tired. But everybody, when you first get here, like first thing in the morning, like we're all obviously super tired. And so for me, it just lingers on. Usually when I come in, I'm usually awake by the time I get in here.
Yeah.
Because I usually go to bed much earlier than I did last night. But last night was a Thursday.
You stayed up?
So, of course, I was going to stay up a little bit later because I knew today was Friday. We could just coast into the weekend. Didn't get to coast
Has that
today.
taught you a lesson that you're not going to do that again just in case Hudson does call off?
You know, I'm not gonna change my lifestyle for Hudson.
Just for him.
For him, I'm gonna count on him. That's what I'm gonna do. I'll let it slide this one time.
Well, it's not like, Hudson's car wasn't working, so he really couldn't get in here.
Couldn't even get here.
Even though your response killed me. He's like, why can't you just take an Uber?
Just Uber.
Just Uber in.
Just Uber. That was the first thing I thought of when I woke up this morning. I was like, can you just take an Uber, man?
I'll call you a car. It's
Please,
fine.
I'll order it for you if you just get in there. I was planning on showing up late today anyway. I'm so
Hudson,
tired.
I'm sorry that you were dealing with so much drama this morning, and according to Isaiah, you should have still come in. We just would have sent you a car.
See, I just hope that he gets it figured out.
Yeah, he should be fine.
Because, obviously, maybe he needs to get a new car.
You want to help on that?
I mean, I could. I could go to the car dealership.
We know a few people.
And I know a guy that is a listener of Radio U that I've went and he's helped me pick out a car before.
Yeah, for your roommate.
And so, but today during the podcast, we talked about lots of good stuff. We kicked it off by talking about a woman, a 29-year-old that was posing as a high school student. Not just a high school student, 15-year-old.
She went young.
And she went real young. Yeah, she went like freshman.
If anybody finds the article where if they show a picture of her booking photo, I just want to see I want to see what they think. Because, we live in a world where every movie, if someone is in high school, they're really in their 30s, the actor is. So I want to see what they thought would pass for a 15-year-old, in real life. I know.
When I think about looking at a freshman in high school, they're just such a young.
Side note on that though, I felt like when I was a freshman, we girls all looked way older than you guys.
Yes.
Because I felt like all the boys in my school did not mature until later.
Yes.
And we were already looking like 19, 20.
Yes.
So
that's a fact.
I think that could be the only thing that would maybe be why at 29 she could pass. Because sometimes we would look older as girls.
Yes, I think girls do, obviously. As at a younger age, girls definitely look older than guys do. Just because they can do all the makeup stuff too. Mm-hmm. And now with TikTok, and it's just they just know how to do it to where they can look older. And so I guess, but at 29.
And they're probably not supposed to they're just supposed to take your documents at face value, even though these were forgeries. So learn about her. And again, if anybody sees her picture, let us know.
Please forward that along because we would absolutely love to see that one. We also talked about how today is National Fun at Work Day.
Ooh, what will happen at work today?
What do we have planned? And so I'm just hoping for some sort of dessert. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm hoping is brought in today.
Keep hoping.
We'll see. We'll see what happens. I feel like I'm losing hope as the minutes go on. I can't wait to get. We already went to the break room earlier. Yesterday we did a food fight with the new cookie dough Twixes. Those are gone.
They're gone.
And we had a bunch of them.
They're all
which
gone.
is the worst part. And when I left yesterday, there was still 2 in the break room.
You know what's sad? I didn't even really care for them, but I still would have liked a bite of one.
Yeah, I was still would have in the moment yesterday. There was no point during the day where I was tempted to eat one. But when I came in this morning, I was like, you know what sounds kind of nice?
A Twix.
A Twix.
And they're not there.
They were not available.
And this is what we do, because I would have totally done it too. And I asked Isaiah, you look in the trash. Yep. There was no trash. There's no wrappers. So someone took it home. They're taking our Food Fight items home just to try it.
It's different.
That's not what they're there for.
But they're both, I know they both got taken home, or maybe because I looked in the trash. That was literally the first thing I did, is I saw they weren't there. I'm like, let me look in the trash. Were they eating here? As if it's different for them to be eating here rather than me eating at home.
It makes you feel better if they were.
I'm like, oh, okay, you had a snack during your shift. That's fine, during your work day. But I'm like, oh, you took it home. So it could just be sitting at your house.
Feels like it hurts more.
Yep, it just not
you
giving
guys
me the
enjoy your day at work or wherever you're at, and definitely enjoy your weekend. We'll catch up on Monday. We'll see how Hudson's doing, and we hope everybody has a wonderful weekend. As always, text 877 Radio U if you want to be in the next podcast, or we could just say hi to you or let us know where you're listening from.
All right, we'll see you guys soon.
Bye.
It's the worst of the riot on Radio U.
Happy Friday, Nikki.
Look at that. I didn't know it was going to be a party day for us.
I didn't know either. There's like certain days, obviously today being one of them, when it's just like a little bit more relaxed in here.
Is it because Hudson's not here?
It might be because Old Reliable couldn't make it in this morning.
Hudson could not come in today, so we get us today.
Yeah, it's going to be a good Friday, a good kickoff to the weekend. I was not exactly expecting Hudson to be here this morning.
Oh, you weren't expecting him?
No, I was expecting him. And so last night I stayed up too late thinking it would just be an easy Friday where I could just coast through it. And then, of course, this morning he let us know he was not going to be able to make it in. And I was like, you're kidding me. Are you joking? Of all mornings this whole week, any other day, I would have been like, yes, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I got plenty of sleep. Yeah. I was totally relaxing last night, nothing going on. Last night was the only night that I was like out hanging out with my friends, and I was like, oh, whatever. It's a Friday tomorrow. I can stay out a little bit later hanging out with you guys. And then this morning I woke up and saw the text, and I was like, nice.
Well, I can tell, because sometimes I think the more tired you are, and even Hudson sometimes gets this too, you guys get a little bit more red.
Around the eyes.
In the eyes and in the face. And so you just look a little bit more, not disheveled, that's not it, but sleepy, or like you just got up in a rush.
It almost looks like I was crying this morning before I came in.
Honestly,
that's because I was.
Honestly, that's spot on right there.
Yeah, so unfortunately when I saw the text this morning, I was like, nice.
Well,
and it was like when I was like, he literally texted like he wasn't going to be able to make it. And then I jumped out of bed.
No, that late?
And I was like, I have to leave right now. Because I was like, I stayed up too late last night, so I was sleeping in a little bit longer than I usually do. And I was like, whatever, I'll lay here for a second longer. Then I saw that text and I was like, nice, I guess I'll get in the shower
Nothing is
now.
More motivating than you have to get in right now.
Yeah, nothing quite wakes you up like the whole, I have to make it there on time today.
Well, feel free to text and say hello and say a hello to Hudson whenever he gets in, so next week. But you're welcome to text at 877 Radio U.
You won't hear a show like this anywhere else. And that's probably for the best. The worst of the riot. Radio U.
But Nikki, obviously, if you've been drinking, you can't be driving, right?
Of course.
And so the first thing you do is you say, you know what, how am I going to get a ride home? If you're in a situation where you need to get a ride home. And one way you can do that is by taking the bus.
You could.
And this man decided to take the bus. But when I say take the bus, I mean he literally took the bus.
Oh, he's trying to steal it?
He stole it.
Well, I mean, what do you want him to do?
Yeah, I know. Obviously, he had been drinking, so he decided to do the right thing and get on the bus. But unfortunately, when the bus driver got off the bus, he decided,
stole it?
You know what? This is my time to just get everybody home safe. I need to get back to my place. And then he went on a rampage driving through the town. And this article, the way it's written, it's kind of like a doomsday article, the way that they wrote it. The opening line is a drunk passenger stole a bus and drove it through a town, leaving a trail of devastation in his wake.
Thankfully, though, no one was injured.
No one was hurt, yeah.
But there was a lot of damage. Did you get the name of the town?
No, what was the name?
Buckinghamshire.
Oh, Buckinghamshire.
It's so proper sounding.
It does sound very proper. It said the bus collided with several other vehicles after it was taken. This happened on Monday evening. And it said other passengers fled in fear as the man allegedly took control of the vehicle and drove through Buckinghamshire.
That's nice. Well, it's not nice, but just it's a nice sounding town.
It does. It sounds very proper and fancy. And for someone to be acting like this in Buckinghamshire, I feel like he should get in more trouble.
A couple weeks ago, we talked about, I think it was in one of the Carolinas, but the guy who stole the tractor, that was like that equivalent. Like he went through a rampage in his town and they had to trap him and slow it down and stuff. So it was pretty much the same, but imagine you're in Buckinghamshire and it's a bus.
It's a bus this time. Yeah, that was obviously the tractor one, middle of nowhere country. This one's happening in
This is still middle of nowhere.
Yeah, just a very fancy name for a town that's in the middle of nowhere.
So he has been arrested on suspicion of aggravated vehicle taking, dangerous driving, and drink driving. So he is still in police custody because this was on Monday.
See, what I'm thinking is like it's really impressive that nobody ended up being hurt while he was doing this, because it sounds like he was just slamming the bus into car after car that was like on the side of the road. But this is like another one of those instances where like before you do something, you should just like think, like every now and then, just like think like, is this a good idea?
Well, you can't though if you're drunk.
True, yeah. For him, he was like, you know what? I'm gonna just put everyone's life in my hands and just get everybody home safe. And unfortunately, he did not.
And thankfully, also the bus driver was okay because he got off the bus in time. No, wait, he abandoned the bus.
Yeah,
so
he left the bus.
He left the bus. You're not supposed to do that.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking too. Is like, imagine being the bus driver, like when he hops off the bus and then turns around and just sees his bus just driving down the road, and you got to be thinking like, oh, I'm getting fired.
You know you are.
This is for sure going on me, right? Unfortunately, that's not the way to do it.
I'm being blamed.
This is Radio U's Worst of the Riot.
Now, Nikki, I am an energy drink person.
I was going to ask, because is that your Alani ones? Are you back in? I thought it felt like you went away from that for a while.
See, I used to drink them every morning. And then I was like, I should just drink the free coffee here because yet again, free. Why would I not?
Do you feel like an energy drink and the coffee that you drink each morning is too much for you?
I think it would be too much in the morning for sure. But I will say sometimes in the afternoon, around like 2 o'clock or so, then I'll have like an energy drink like before I go and like work out. Like yesterday, I had an energy drink like right before I worked out.
Why don't you take pre-workout?
See, I would, but it was just so easy to go to the gas station and get an Alani Nu. And so for me, I do like energy drinks, but like the true ones that I like my flavors are like the only ones I would drink. I wouldn't just drink any energy drink.
What's your flavor?
My flavors are any of the Alani Nu flavors. There's like a list of them.
That's not a count. Like, do you like fruity flavors or like the cotton candy ones?
Oh, fruity for sure.
Fruity flavors. Okay.
I would say pretty fruity, like the berries, the blues, the purples, the reds. The oranges, like those are. That's my kind of vibe.
Citrus
there you go. Yeah.
Okay.
So, but what about for you? Do you have an energy drink?
I'm too afraid to drink energy drinks.
What do you mean?
Like I'll do electrolyte drinks.
Yeah.
But as long as it doesn't
like a
have.
Gatorade?
Yeah. But I won't do it if it has caffeine or energy stuff because I'm too afraid where they're like, you were 23 and you had this strange heart thing.
The heart flutters. Got it. Yeah.
So it makes me too nervous. I think it's mostly because Eric drinks massive.
Oh, yeah. Didn't you say Eric's like a big energy drink guy?
He drinks massive amounts of like Monster or G Fuel, like all this stuff.
Yeah.
And I just look at him and I'm like, is your heart?
He's just bouncing off the walls.
No, it doesn't faze him.
He's past that point.
He's past that point. And so.
It's just a flavor thing now.
I will usually stick with like a Gatorade Zero.
Got it.
I'm a real lightweight with that.
Yes, I like it. Well, here's an opportunity. Maybe if you haven't delved into the energy drink world and you're a fan of Gatorade, this could be the one that's the most enticing for you because Gatorade is debuting its first ever energy drink, and I will for sure try this.
You will? I think we should try it for a food fight.
I think we should too, mainly because I think the bottles look cool. Mm-hmm. They has a nice little look to them for Gatorade. It's called Fast Twitch, and I mean the energy drink, like 200 milligrams of caffeine, like it's the same as everything else. Everything's the same.
It's more, it's not entry level energy drink, but it's a lot of the basic stuff. You mentioned the bottle. The bottle is the first grippable, resealable bottle. So they make it a point like they think we're playing sports.
Yes.
But they act like it because this is...
The grippable bottle, just in case you're running while drinking your energy drink.
This Gatorade was developed with the NFL, and so they used their sports performance experts with the NFL, and they worked together to kind of come up with like the ultimate thing. So it's got the equivalent of 2 cups of coffee in Fast Twitch from Gatorade. It's got electrolytes. It's not carbonated, and it's called NSF, which is Safe for Sports Certified. So again, they expect us to be playing sports.
Yeah.
And it's got a grippable bottle.
Yeah, and it is unique in the way that the whole like resealable thing, like obviously with the Gatorade, you can drink half of it and put it in the fridge. There's not like really any energy drinks out right now.
Because it's always in a can.
It's in a can. You just like crack it open and then like you're drinking the whole thing. Like it's like drinking a Red Bull. Like you're not gonna drink half a Red Bull and put it in the fridge. If you are, that's kind of odd. But for this, it's more, I feel like it's almost a little more enticing because you can actually open it up, and if you want to drink half of it and only get 100 milligrams, you can save the rest for later. We've got flavors-wise, Cool Blue. I mean, it's all the same flavors as their typical Gatorade. Cool Blue, Glacier Freeze, Strawberry Watermelon, Strawberry Lemonade, Orange, and Tropical Mango.
So they're, priced all right. It's $275, or you can buy them for like a 12-pack. But we'll keep an eye out for them for an upcoming Riot food fight. And I think if we do a food fight with it, we got to do it right at the start of the show.
Yeah, because I'm not drinking coffee and then drinking a Fast Twitch.
Well, I want to see how the energy would like affect if you drink all of it, to see if it would affect during the show.
That is true. So we'll keep an eye out for these. If you see them, let us know.
This is the Riot Radio U.
So we've learned that when you go to the gas station, you get a Slim Jim or cheddar sour cream ruffles.
Yes.
Which Jocelyn agrees with.
Yes, Jocelyn did. She has good taste.
She texted in with that. And what was your last item you always...
And then the other one is, if I'm not feeling either of those two, it is the pizza combos.
There we go.
I love pizza combos. Those are underrated, but they're like something you would only buy at the gas station. You would never buy those at the grocery store. Same thing with the Slim Jim. The cheddar sour cream and onion ruffles, like you could get that at like Kroger or something if you went to the grocery to have as natural snack. But Slim Jims and the combos,
don't you feel,
those are gas station snacks.
It could just be me because I'm terribly anxious and shy most of the time. But I feel like a Slim Jim's embarrassing because it's just a long stick.
It is. Like, if you're holding a Slim Jim, like, that's not something you want to be seen eating in public. Like, you're eating that in your car. That's the only place you're eating a Slim Jim is when you're in your vehicle alone or with someone that you dearly trust.
I'm just too embarrassed to buy it.
That. Yeah, exactly. You go up to the counter and you're like, just the Slim Jim.
Maybe this is why I understand this lady a little bit more.
Yes, this woman here who stole a couple Slim Jims. She decided that she was probably too embarrassed to go up to the counter, pay for it, or she didn't feel like it.
She was in Florida.
And then, of course, instead of like when you get caught doing something wrong, being like, all right, you got me, she decided to use the Slim Jims in an attack.
To beat up the poor lady who's working the exit area.
Yes.
You know, like some places they say, all right, if someone shoplifts, don't go after them.
Just let them go.
Or you'll get the other side where it's like Walmart's loss prevention.
Yes.
And man, they're
no
just
matter what, you're not leaving.
Running after you, and they grab the cart and they hold on to it. But this was at the exit. The lady went to go stop the 40-year-old Casey from Florida who was stealing the Slim Jims.
Two of them.
Two of the Slim Jims?
Wielding dual Slim Jims.
Well, you might as well if you're getting the one.
I feel like if you get hit with a Slim Jim, it would have a little whip to it. Might hurt a little bit.
So the lady got attacked from the thief, the individual, and she was hitting her with them.
Yeah, she said she was charged with battery, theft, and resisting a merchant. She's being held in the county jail in lieu of $26.50.
That's a big bond.
The bond. That's a large bond.
But she, I guess it seems like the lady might be like homeless, and she has a very long list of discouraged problems.
Yeah.
Thefts, all that stuff, including cocaine, burglary, trafficking, stolen property, and theft. And you know what gets her? It's the Slim Jims.
I was going to say,
trips you up at the end.
For everything else that she is in trouble for, I feel like the Slim Jims were more of like a minor cause of some of the issues here. But also, I feel like if you were to try, if obviously her here, she's stealing from a gas station. If you were to steal from a gas station,
what would you steal?
I feel like Slim Jims are one of the better options.
Well, you could just slide it down your pants or like in your shirt or something.
Decent nutritional value there. Like if you like steal like a bag of Skittles, like there's no reason to steal that. That's just for pleasure, you know?
What if you're a keto thief? Why can't you have some better choices to steal?
Exactly. There's nothing there for you. Like nothing of nutritional value. I think Slim Jims, beef jerky, those are your best bets unless you're going granola bar, protein bar. But for her here, I mean, obviously embarrassing. Using the Slim Jims as a weapon, that seems almost counterproductive. I feel like it would have been better off.
She panicked.
Yeah, she definitely panicked. And so I think if you would have just been like, hey, here's the Slim Jims back, they probably would have let you leave.
Well, Casey, I'm sorry that you're continuing to have trouble. To the lady who worked at the gas station, the Sitco, I'm sorry that you were beaten up with the 2 Slim Jims.
That's embarrassing.
I don't know if that's the bottom for you to quit your job.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to figure out what the floor is. When you get beaten up by a homeless person with 2 Slim Jims, I feel like you need to take some time off.
I hope you got the rest of the day off, or you got some sort of bonus for your bravery. But it doesn't seem like that was the best day.
That's not like a story I would ever tell people for a while.
Oh, I tell my mom crying.
Oh yeah, I mean you're telling your mom if you're out with some buddies, there's no way you're like, yeah, the other day at work. Got beat up by a homeless person with some Slim Jims.
It's hard to recover.
Yeah, there's no coming back from that.
The Riot with Hudson and Nikki on Radio U.
I just found this, and right when I saw it, I was like, wow, I can't wait to see what we have planned for today.
What's today?
Today is National Fun at Work Day.
Which maybe by Hudson not coming in, that has made it.
It has now. It's officially National Fun at Work Day. No Hudson in the Radio U building, and now we can really get after it and have some fun.
So what, like, is your workplace supposed to bring in like a bouncy house or something?
See, that's what I was thinking,
lunch?
Because it says here, it's the worst thing ever is like when you're forced to have fun at work. And so for some of you that are making your morning commute right now this is like a warning that if you have like someone at your office
and overexcited,
that's a little bit extra, and they're like they plan all the birthday parties, and they're like on the planning committee, right? And they're like, oh my gosh, it's National Fun at Work Day. We need to have some events. Everyone hates that, obviously. And so as you're driving in this morning, just prep yourself that if you know who that person is at your office,
stay away.
You need to avoid them at all costs today.
And I know you're like, part of one side of the people are going, hey, this is great. It's Friday. Let's have fun today. The other side, you just want to get out.
You want to get out of there.
Because it's Friday, you just want to finish up. So I think the most fun you could have for National Fun at Work Day is if they let you go home.
Yes, exactly. And like the other thing is too, like this is a better thing, I think, to have on like a Tuesday, because on a Tuesday you have a way to get out of it because you actually could have some work to do.
Sure.
No one can pretend to be busy on a Friday. Like we all know, no one's doing any work on a Friday. So if you are trying to get out of the activities today by saying like, oh no, I am jam-packed.
I got that project.
I have so much going on. Like everyone knows, you've never done anything on Fridays.
Well, what are you
talking about? And so for now, I think you're going to just have to participate in these activities today. I don't know what we have planned at Radio U.
There's nothing planned.
I'm just hoping there's cupcakes or some sort of cake. There's
nothing planned. We had cupcakes already this week.
But we can have it more than once. There's no issue with that. That like makes it better.
Sometimes at work, because again, when you're in radio, we don't really work very corporate like here.
No.
So it looks, sometimes it feels like a circus every day with the food we have or the food fights. Or it's already like that. So I don't know what else we can do to make it more fun at work.
More fun at work than it is already.
I mean, do you want to tell them what you do every day for your lunch here?
Oh, for my lunch? Well, I made chicken tenders every day for lunch.
No, chicken tenders makes it seem a bit more next level. You make chicken nuggets.
Okay, I do make chicken nuggets.
Every day.
I make chicken nuggets and fries. That's a very typical lunch for most people at work.
No,
we have an air fryer.
It's not.
It's smart.
Think typical.
I think in our freezer, I keep chicken nuggets and fries in there. I make them in the air fryer. And I'll tell you what, that's like the highlight of my day. Just so everybody knows, that's my favorite part of the day. So we're not taking it away from me.
I come downstairs and you hear the air fryer. You're like, oh, it's chicken nugget time.
Yeah, it's that time. Isaiah's probably in there. And it smells good. It makes the whole first floor smell. At least I'm making chicken nuggets and not something weird.
Now, I meant to ask you this because, again, I know you work out a lot. You're bulking and stuff. But, like, You make a lot of chicken nuggets. Do you eat all of those?
I eat all of them.
That's like 10 or 12, like 10 or 15.
I usually make 12 chicken nuggets, and then I make fries too. But which isn't like, for me, I feel like it's a good amount of food, but it's not like a lot. Like I'll do
the whole tray.
I eat like throughout the day.
In the air fryer.
A little bit, but that's like my main source of happiness is when I get to eat the chicken nuggets and fries during lunchtime.
That's the big part.
And it's wild because I've had chicken nuggets for lunch here for, what day is it? The 27th? For 26 consecutive days.
You started it this month?
Since I started it last month too, I was doing it. But I know because I've not eaten out at all. And so I know that every day that I've worked this month, I have had chicken nuggets and fries for lunch.
You're going through plenty of bags then because you make a lot.
So if you're getting ready to head into work today, National Fun at Work Day, if you're the person that's going to be planning the activities or you're trying to make today more fun, just cool it. You don't have to do all that.
And if you're trying to find some fun at work, maybe suggest chicken nuggets and fries.
Yeah, just some food.
Every day for lunch.
Yeah, you won't make people upset with food.
Thanks for watching the worst of the riot. Since you made it this far, you might as well like, subscribe, and check out riot.radiou.com for even more riot.